SMU last year with Rhett Lashley was 9th, as in top 10, in terms of yards per game. And if I click over to scoring, they were 7th. And that is just on the counting stats. I didn't even get to the advanced statistics or things like that. So I think that would be rarefied air. But I think if you can get top, because you're talking about a team that's coming from, in terms of scoring, if I search it, Miami, 90th in terms of scoring last year. So if you can double that or half that, however you want to do the math, if you get to 45 or higher, I think that's good. So, if you're talking I would say top 40 is your floor. Anything above that is going to be really great. And again, I think that, maybe this is where 2 seasons might even bear more fruit than just the first. However, if you were adding a De'Aaron King, which you are, and this is a player with demonstrated excellence at this level, maybe I'm being a little conservative, honestly. So, in a vacuum, like with no other considerations, I think top 40. If you're talking with De'Aaron King there, with the talent that we already have on offense, Brevin Jordan, the best tight end in America, Cam Harris, a very, very good running back who's not going to be starting the show, with Jalen Knighton and Donald Chaney Jr. behind him at running back. You got a stable of wide receivers who are very athletic, but maybe a little bit unproven, and an offensive line that I think is going to be helped greatly with the updated scheme. Again, in a vacuum, I would say top 40, but specific to this team this year, considering the schedule, but then again, maybe pump the brakes a little bit because we don't know exactly what the schedule is going to be. But, top 25? Because, again, you're going to add the De'Aaron King, who Rhett Lashley has coached against. I know they weren't coaching against because he was on the offense while Houston's offense was on the field. But he's like, bro, I've seen that guy. And if he were over here on my sideline wearing my colors, I already know a couple things that we could do. And I already see what he does well. So, yeah, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility and then top 25 is close to top 20. So, exactly what you said, it could very well be possible.
So there are better ways to measure the effectiveness of a college football offense than just points and yardage, but it's certainly a great indicator of how good you are. And the flip side, we were looking at the Miami defense a few days ago, Cam, for a video. And as you well know, the metrics, the standard metrics, yards against, points against, weren't nearly as good as what the defense was because of the ineptitude of the offense. So the scoring defense was only about 25th in the country, where they've been much better than that recently. But the yards per play, Miami was, I think, top 7 in the country defensively in yards per play given up. So if they can do something with the offense to match that, look out. Mohammed back on the line wants to get to Cam again here with another question concerning Amari Carter starting at striker. Seems to be a perfect fit for him, especially at the next level. I feel like our D would be lethal.
Because Amari Carter is starting at safety. He's not at free safety per se. He's safety. Obviously, if you're playing too high, his heels are going to be at 12 at the snap, but he's able to come down and help in run support. He's big. He's physical. Obviously, whatever he hits, he destroys. He's gotten, unfortunately, a couple of targeting penalties just because he is a brick. Like, he's a Mack truck there in the secondary. Like, you come across the middle, you're going to know if number 5 is there. And that's why, you start and have him there to be able to cover things, So I think that Amari Carter fits physically the profile of striker, but until you get Bubba Bolden at full speed until you get Bubba Bolden back at full speed to pair him with Gervin Hall at safety, then I don't think that I want to take Amari Carter out of that consideration at safety. And next to defensive end, the second best position group on the team is safety. And you have because you have a reigning defensive Conference Player of the Year in Quincy Roche and All-American in Gregory Rousseau at defensive end. So regardless of the rest of that, I would put that group first. But a close second is safety. And that's in a big part because Amari Carter is there as well. So could you potentially play Hall, Carter, and Bolden all together and flex Carter down to striker? Sure, I would like that. Or nickel, if you want to not put him at striker, but put him in that slot kind of star area. Sure, that's fine. But yeah, I think that his value at safety is, from a game experience standpoint, and also just kind of the physical enforcer in the middle, I think that's too great to move him full-time away from that, especially when you have other guys that you can have occupy that striker space and I think do well.